Happy Monday, everybody. Happy April 1st. We're starting a brand new week in my life. I'm super excited. We have a ton of really fun things planned for the week. I'm actually heading out in an hour to go get my nails done because these are starting to look very crusty. They're like 3 weeks in, so it's time to go get them redone. The weather is warm. The weather is springing. So I think I'm gonna do like a fun pop color. I know Chris is gonna hang up some pictures around the apartment because over the weekend, I actually had a really successful home goods trip, which if you know, I feel like home goods can be hit or miss sometimes, and I ended up finding some really cute prints. So we're gonna be hanging them up around the apartment, making it more cozy and homey. And then throughout the rest of the week, we just have like a bunch of other fun little things planned. The weekend, we're going away for hockey, which I'm gonna take you guys along with me. I don't know why I'm so tired today, but I honestly don't even remember how I started this video, so I'm really sorry for how this vlog is already going. I got my nails done, which I remember showing you guys. I got this like pretty lavender color. I was actually torn between this and like a yellowy like type of banana color. I just decided to go lavender because I love this color so much. Left the nail salon. We came home and the plan was to like get ready to go to the gym, and then we were gonna go grocery shopping. Chris and I were both really tired, so we lay down, but like for 2 hours almost. So now we're here. I don't know why. I feel like on Mondays though, they are so slow for me. Like I'm always like this on Monday. I honestly feel like a big reason for why I've been so tired too is water intake. I like didn't drink water for a whole month, guys. I don't know how I'm still here. So yeah, that's on my priority list for the month of April, is to drink more water, because I literally didn't drink any in March, and that is just so not good for me. I think I'm gonna spend the rest of the night doing a little editing and stuff like that. Chris and I are also gonna hang a few pictures out in the living room. Before we hop into it though, I feel like it's the perfect time to talk about the sponsor of today's video, which is BetterHelp. You guys already know how big I am on mental health, taking care of yourself, stuff like that. If you're not familiar with BetterHelp, they are the world's largest therapy service, and it's 100% offered online, which I really like. I feel like it's so nice to get help in the comfort of your own home instead of going to an unknown office, an unknown place. Especially for myself, I have really bad anxiety, and if I'm going to a totally new place to talk about my problems, not my fave. So being able to stay in the comfort of my own home and do it from my laptop or my phone, it just makes me feel so much better about it. With BetterHelp, you can tap into a network of over 30,000 licensed and experienced therapists based on your needs, preferences, and location. This gives you access to a much wider range of expertise than what may be available in your city. It's super easy to get started too. You'll fill out a questionnaire that will ask you about what challenges you're going through. Then BetterHelp will match you with a therapist that best fits you. You can message your therapist at any time, and you can also schedule sessions when it's most convenient for you, which I also feel is really helpful because everybody's busy. We all have lives, whether it be work, school, families. The flexibility that BetterHelp offers is just incredible. Something else that I think is really cool and also really important is that if you're not vibing with your therapist, if you feel like you guys aren't a good fit, you're able to switch therapists at any time at no extra charge. The professionalism and quality you get from BetterHelp is literally unmatched. Being able to stay in the comfort of your own home, the scheduling flexibility, and of course the affordable pricing, it's just like a win-win. If you're interested in checking out BetterHelp, seeing if it's a good fit for you, you can get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/alexaraye. I also have it linked down below for you guys. But with all that being said, I am going to start editing a little bit. I just want to keep it chill, keep it vibey, and tomorrow we'll really start diving into like the reset and stuff like that. Happy Tuesday, everybody. It's been a pretty long day, not gonna lie, but it's been a good one. It's been long, but it's been a good one. This morning I woke up and Chris and I were kind of just cleaning up the apartment and stuff, and then we went and got Osiris groomed, which I showed you guys the after clips. My favorite thing about his groomers is that whenever they groom him, they give him a little bow tie. Are you kidding? My heart. I just think it's the cutest thing ever, and I love that they do that. We got him groomed, and then we actually went out to run a few errands. We didn't have time to grocery shop today, which I keep putting it off. Like we have to go grocery shopping at some point. We like just were running out of time because Chris has hockey practice tonight. So we decided to hold off on grocery shopping. I actually got 3 things that I'm going to share with you guys that I am so excited about. I have another little obsession and thing that I really love to collect, and it's Funko Pops. I am obsessed with these. They're just like so cute. I can't explain it. So I have an Eevee Funko and I have a Princess Leia Funko. When we were out today, I saw a flower out of the corner of my eye and I was like, oh my gosh, that's a flower. Naturally, I scurried over there and had to check it out. I had to inspect the situation. This is part of the Disney Classics line. Bambi is probably one of my all-time favorite classics, and then my nickname for the longest time ended up being Bambi. So Bambi has like a very special place in my heart. Anyways, I saw a flower and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cute. I need to get it. And they actually had 2 more Funkos from Bambi. So immediately I'm on the hunt to find Bambi and Thumper because I can't just get Flower. This is what Flower looks like. So stinking cute. I don't usually take them out of the boxes, but I think with these ones, I might take them out just to like display them on my bookshelves because they look so cute when they're out of the box. Then we have Thumper. Look how stinking cute he is. Are you kidding? Absolutely adorable. I'm obsessed. And then last but not least, we have Bambi. Look how cute she is. I love that her one ear is down. I just think it's so cute. I'll show you guys though how cute they look when you take them out. This is what Bambi looks like outside of the box, and I think she is just so stinking cute. Just laying in a little flower bed. We came home for a little bit. I was just doing some editing, kind of organizing my book piles. Chris just took off for practice and now we're here. I also was planning on filming a reading wrap up today, but I just kind of decided last minute that I think I'm gonna put it in this video. It's only like 8 books and it's all the books I've read so far this year. And then tomorrow I'm going to film all the books I want to read in the month of April because your girl's feeling very ambitious in the month of April, guys. I have a ton of books that I really want to read. I know this is gonna sound crazy, but I really feel like I can get through these books in the month of April because they're all books that I'm super excited to read. They're books that I know I'm gonna fly through. There's a lot of new releases in the pile. Also, your girl got an arc of Wild Love by Elsie Silver. The book, I believe, comes out next week. It's coming out very soon, I know that. I got an arc for it like a few days ago and I'm planning on reading it in an upcoming reading vlog. But I am so excited. I was almost sobbing when I received it because I was like, oh my gosh, they chose me. I'm also getting an early copy of Taming 7 by Chloe Walsh. Are you kidding? I don't know what to do with myself. Taming 7 is the newest book that's coming out in the series and it's about Gibbsy and Claire. And I'm so excited because I've been obsessed with them since book 1 and I'm just literally so excited. There was some really exciting news I received and I just can't wait to get the copies of the books. So I thought it'd be really fun to do my reading wrap up in this video. Originally, I was planning on filming like a whole separate video and I just decided last second to put it in this video. I just didn't feel like making a whole separate video for it, to be completely honest. These are all the books that I've basically read so far this year. I was in a super big reading slump in the beginning of the year, so I didn't really read a lot. Some of the books were kind of misses, not gonna lie. There's a few misses in this pile that I was kind of disappointed about. If you guys want to know more about these books or if you want to see like my real-time reactions, stuff like that, definitely go back and watch previous reading vlogs of mine because I reviewed all of these in different reading vlogs. But first up, we have Indigo Ridge by Devney Perry. This is book 1 in the Eden series and it's actually the first book I started the year off with. Like I mentioned, I was kind of in a reading slump and a lot of people were saying that this gives off Chestnut Spring vibes. It's a small town trope in it. It's like country aesthetic, stuff like that. So immediately I was like, okay, I love the Chestnut Spring series, so I'll probably adore this. It ended up being a 3-star rating for me. I think it was like the romance in here. It just wasn't something that I was super obsessed with. I wasn't like obsessed with our 2 main characters. Don't get me wrong, they had their sweet moments and there's definitely some cute notable moments, quotes, stuff like that. But at the same time, I feel like their romance was like a little too insta-lovey for me and there were a lot of moments throughout the story where I couldn't feel their chemistry. There is a really fun murder mystery in this, which I actually thought was super cool. The romance wasn't romancing, you know what I mean? So this was 3 stars. I still enjoyed it and I'm still gonna move on in the series because a lot of people say as you go on throughout the series, it just gets better better and better. I'm also really interested to see how like the books intertwine and like the characters connect, so I think that's gonna be really cool. Next up, I have Kiss the Sky by Krista and Becca Ritchie. This is book 1 in the Calloway Sister series. It's the story of Rose and Connor. It's an academic rivals to lovers trope. The whole premise of this book is they're basically on their own reality TV show, and it reminded me so much of the Kardashians. Like the vibes and gossip and drama, it just felt so much like that in this book. This ended up being 4 stars though. I really enjoyed Rose and Connor's entire dynamic, their relationship. They're both super smart, intelligent, confident. In a way, they're also very closed off people, so they kind of have these walls built up. They don't let a lot of people in. But for each other, they're breaking their walls down, and I thought their romance was really sweet, to be honest. There were a few moments throughout it that I just felt were a little annoying. Like there were a lot of moments where I'm like, really, Rose? The plot twist in this was wild, especially at the end. I did not see it coming. The ending of this book honestly shook me. Next up, I read Caraval by Stephanie Garber. This was really fun and magical. I liked the whole idea and premise of the game of Caraval. It almost gives off circus vibes in a way. I don't know why I think of that, but for some reason it gives off that type of vibe. This ended up being 3 stars though. I don't know. This book was good, but it's definitely not like one of my favorites, especially because I read Once Upon a Broken Heart and that entire series. I just love it so much. So going into this, I think I was just a little disappointed, but it was still 3 stars. Like I liked the idea. I thought it was fun. Then we have Hot House Flower by Krista and Becca Ritchie. This is book 2 in the Calloway Sister series. It's all about Daisy and Reich. Wow. I think I knew very early on that Daisy and Reich were going to be my favorite couple out of the entire series. There's just something about Reich Meadows, guys. Reich Meadows is probably my favorite character in the entire series. He's so sweet, caring, genuine, and especially watching him with Daisy specifically, I just fell more in love with him. He was so caring and protective over her the entire story. Even throughout the Addicted series and Kiss the Sky, like you can tell Reich really cares for Daisy and would do anything for her. So going into this, I knew I was gonna be obsessed with them. It ended up being 4 stars for me. The only thing that kept this from being a 5-star for me was Daisy Calloway. I said it. I love Daisy, don't get me wrong. I just feel like there were so many moments throughout the story where she was a little bit too extreme for me, and a lot of the time she was putting herself in danger, and obviously she knew Reich was always going to chase after her to save her, so therefore she was always putting Reich in danger or putting someone else she loved in danger, and I just didn't like that, to be honest. I just feel like her character was a little too much at times, but other than that minor thing, I actually really enjoyed that story. Then we have A Fragile Enchantment by Allison Saff. If you really like Bridgerton but you also really like fantasy, you will absolutely eat this book up because it's basically Bridgerton meets fantasy, and it's so much fun. I loved every second of this. It ended up being a 3.5-star rating for me. I was very nitpicky with this book. I don't know why. I can't explain my system. One thing I didn't really love about this book was definitely the male main character, Kit. He has his great moments, don't get me wrong. He had a lot of good notable moments where I was like, wow, I adore his character right now, but he wasn't a character I was swooning over while reading. I wasn't obsessed with him, in love with him. There were a lot of moments where I'm like, what is he doing? What is he saying? Why is he doing that or saying that? I also feel like the majority of the book he wasn't very confident in a lot of things, and I just didn't like that. I don't know. Nonetheless, I still really enjoyed it. I like the whole idea and storyline of it all. This is like an enemies to friends to lovers trope, which I thought was really cute. Next up we have Belladonna. This is by Adeline Grace. I am in shock at how much I love this book, guys. It's like a gothic romantasy book, and I didn't think I was gonna like it because of like the gothic vibes, but I actually ate this book up. Like this book, so good, so good. Belladonna was a 4.5 star for me. Everything about this was so captivating. I could not put this book down. I literally was staying up until like 5-6 a.m. reading it because I could not put the book down. I also think the romance in here was so different. Like I know I say that about so many books, but the romance in this book specifically was so different and like off-brand for me, especially because it's a romance with Death, who is like an actual character in this book, which is crazy, I know, but once you read it and you get into it, you'll understand. You'll understand what I'm talking about. But I loved it. I ate this book up. It's an enemies to lovers. It's a slow burn. I just like, I don't know. It's a book that I kind of wanted to live in. This is another book that has a murder mystery in it, and that was also really fun. The slow burn in this was so good, guys. The little moments were stealing between Signa and Death throughout this entire story. I was living for those little moments between the two of them. Even when they were just arguing, if it was just banter, I still was living for it. We have Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. 5 stars across the board. Loved this book. I'm sure so many of you have already read it and probably love it too. This was amazing. I don't know what took me so long to get into it, to be completely honest, but I read it for a reading vlog and it ended up being my 5-star for the video. Also, nobody warned me with how much I was gonna cry during this book. This is definitely like one of those emotional reads, which I had no idea about going into. So nonetheless, I thought this was absolutely beautiful. This is written beautifully. The best way to explain this book is it makes you feel like you're in a rom-com, and it's amazing. Of course, I love the romance. The romance in it was like a top tier, adorable romance. The banter between our two main characters is to die for. Last but not least, we have my favorite book I think that I've read all year so far. I can already tell that the series is going to be one of my favorite series to come out of 2024. I know it's crazy to say because it's so early in the year, but I just know in my heart that this series is going to be like my favorite series ever. Like, I'm not even kidding. We have Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. This is book 1 in the Boys of Tommen series. If you're not familiar, it's basically a rugby romance that takes place in Ireland. That's all I knew. Literally all I knew going into it, and then I got into it and it literally broke my heart over and over and over again. And then it put it back together and then it broke it again, and I cried like the entire time. So if you are looking to read Binding 13, my advice to you is to check for trigger warnings, because there is a lot of triggering things that happen in this book that I didn't know personally going into. So please check for trigger warnings. There's so many sad moments in this book where you will be crying and your heart will be broken, but there's also so many beautiful moments in it. The romance in this book is probably one of my favorite romances I have ever read about. Johnny Kavanagh. I think Johnny Kavanagh is taking first place on my favorite book boyfriends list because he is unmatched, honestly. The universe kind of throws Johnny and Shannon together like over and over again. I love romances like that where the universe is just throwing the characters together. I don't want to spoil it for you guys because it is one of my favorite books and I would totally recommend it, but I will say the romance in it is top tier. Shannon has always kind of had trouble in life, and once she meets Johnny, he is always there to save the day and protect her, and it just made my heart so happy. That is probably one of the most beautiful romances I have ever read in my entire life, and it's one of my favorites. So that is all for my little reading wrap up. I've only read 8 books this year, so you have to stay tuned and watch out for next week's vlog, but I made a really exciting appointment today and it's next Wednesday. So it's not like a big change, but it kind of is. I think right now I'm going to attempt, keyword attempt, to hang like a few pictures. Chris and I didn't get around to doing it last night. They're not like hard to hang, so I think I'm gonna try and hang them myself. I feel like the responsible thing to do would be to wait for Chris to get home because I'm very clumsy. I'm gonna do it anyways. I did that. I'm so proud.
Like your Price is Right girl.
Da, 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 da. We're like dealers.
How they do this? Hey man.
It's girls' night.
Wait, Michael, what are you doing here?
Yeah, man, this is girls' night.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. Today has been quite an eventful day, to be completely honest. I woke up this morning, I did a little work, and then you guys saw we actually went out for lunch and we got these really delicious homemade waffles. They're so stinking good, and we both got like sweet ones. Chris got like a Nutella strawberry banana one, and then I got this really yummy s'mores one that had like cookie butter all over it, and it was just so stinking good. We came home and I originally had planned to do like a sit down video because I really want to film my April TBR. I had the worst migraine, literally the worst migraine. We ended up leaving like the coffee house a little bit earlier than we thought we would because I started to feel really sick. And when we came home, I was like, okay, I need to lay down for a little bit and just like relax because it was just horrible. Now Chris is actually getting ready. We're about to head out and go to his hockey game, just like a men's league game. So it's only like an hour long, which is nice. And then after that, we're gonna head out and go to trivia, which I'm so excited about. It's one of like my favorite things to do, to be completely honest. If you haven't tried doing trivia with like your friends and family, I highly recommend it because it's so much fun. So we're gonna head out and do that. It's gonna be so much fun. I also just received this in the mail. It's Loving Romeo by Laura Pavlov. It's book 1 in the Magnolia Fall series, and this is like the alternative cover without like the real people on it, and I love this so stinking much. I think it's so pretty. I honestly feel like her Magnolia Falls book covers are probably one of my favorite covers like ever. I just think the details in them are just absolutely stunning. This is book 2 that I actually received last week, and I think I may have showed you guys this one in my last vlog, but this is book 2. This is book 1 that I just got in the mail. I am obsessed with like the whole aesthetic of these books. I just think they're so stinking cute, and I am so excited to start the series. I'm gonna pack up my bag and we're gonna head out. Happy Thursday. We are actually about to head out and we're gonna go to the mall because we're getting into warmer weather and because it's spring. I really want to go and pick up like a few more like t-shirts and tank tops and stuff. I'm very much like an oversized crew neck and sweater type of girl, and I really just want to have fun this summer and like wear like cute fun tops. So we're gonna head out to the mall and see if I can find any. I just finished up filming my April TBR, which I'm really happy I finally did. It's been so gloomy all week, and I only like to film when it's sunny out, and it's just not in the cards. It still turned out okay. It was fun. I'm really excited for you guys to see it and see all the books I have on my April TBR. I wanted to start a reading vlog today, but I don't think I can because I really want to do a 24-hour readathon, but I think I would drive myself crazy if I tried to do that right now because we're leaving tomorrow around like 5 or 6 to go to Michigan, and I just feel like that's not the smart thing for me to do. So I'm gonna hold off on that probably until we get back. We are gonna head out, go to the mall, do a little shopping. Okay guys, so we just got home a little bit ago. We went to the mall. I just wanted to stop at like a few stores because I'm looking for just like cute little tops for the spring and summertime. I ended up getting like 3 little baby tees from Hollister, which kind of work out for the spring and summer because like I love baby tees, but I ended up going online and ordering like cute little tops and stuff because they just didn't have what I was looking for, I guess. Like I went in there with a vision. I will show you the 3 baby tees I got though because they are so cute. First one I got is is just this little navy blue one. In the one corner, it just says "C'est la vie." I don't really have a lot of navy blue in my closet, so I thought it would be a nice little addition. I wanted to get a baby white tee because it's just an easy, minimalistic staple to have. It goes with literally everything and anything. And then the last one I picked up is another little white baby tee, but it has a cute little place on it. I also ended up picking up a pair of their ultra high-rise baggy linen pants, and I was kind of torn because I was like, I don't know if I would really wear these. But then I kept thinking about it and I was like, you know what, I probably will live in these during the summertime because they're a linen blend, so they're super thin and breathable. They basically look like little cargo pants, but they're linen. I always love looking at the clearance section in Hollister because they have some really cute things. I picked up this cute little white cropped sweater. It's kind of like holey, like there's a lot of holes in it, so I feel like this will be really nice for the spring and summer. It's super breathable and it'll look cute with like a pair of shorts on like the chillier nights. But I got it in this white color, and then I also got it in the blue one because I thought the blue was really cute too. I feel like these will even work as cute little beach cover-ups because they're just like that type of thin material. And then when we were cashing out, they had like a ton of really cute crew necks lining like the registers, and we ended up getting this green Mickey one for Chris. He literally loves this color green. I was like, we have to get it for you. When we finished doing all of that, we actually went over to Barnes & Noble and Joann's. Basically, I was like surfing Pinterest and stuff, you know. I was seeing a lot of people basically like scrapbooking their books. They're adding fun printed paper, they're adding glitter, gems, stuff like that. I am literally obsessed with it. I think it's so cute, it's so fun. It seems like a really fun like hobby, and I'm looking for new hobbies. I'm always looking for new hobbies, to be completely honest. So I thought it'd be really fun to maybe try it out, see what happens. We stopped at Joann. I picked up so much stuff, far more than I needed to pick up. I picked up these two books. This one is Vintage Memories, and literally the paper in it is like vintage looking paper. This one I really liked. And then I also decided to pick up this Desert Blossom one. This is giving off Chestnut Spring vibes. It's giving off LC Silver vibes. This is what some of the pages look like. I love this one. This one is one of my favorites. We also have this one, which I think is just so stinking cute. This is making me want to start an actual scrapbook. And then I picked up these two like specific separate pieces. This one is one of my favorites. It's literally little popcorn buckets, and I'm gonna use it for Better Than the Movies. And then I picked this one up. It's just like a plain plaid pattern. I got a little tape runner. I picked up these tiny little pearls, which I feel like will be really fun to like decorate the pages with. This is a clear sticker pack, and it's basically like a bunch of florals and butterflies. This is like another fun paper graphic book, but this one just has like really pretty florals in it. I feel like I could literally use this in any of the books. I picked up this 3D sticker packet, and it's Ireland themed. I picked this up because I am definitely going to do the Boys of Tommen series. And last but not least, I just picked up some wishy-washy tape, and I mainly got it because this one right here, I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's basically like admin tickets or like movie tickets, and I thought it'd be so fun to use for Better Than the Movies. I feel like I can use all of these in all the books I want to decorate. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna start going through annotating, tabbing, and decorating this because I am just like so excited to see how it works out and see if I can like make it look really cute. Happy Friday, everybody. We have had a pretty good eventful morning. I woke up, I showered, got ready for the day. I've been cleaning up and packing. I've been packing Osiris's little overnight bag because he goes to stay with Chris's grandma whenever we're out of town. I feel like Osiris always knows when I'm leaving. He's always like extra cuddly in the mornings. He's following me around a little bit closer than he normally does, so I feel like he knows, but he loves going to grandma's. We're actually about to head out in a few minutes. I just have to finish finish like packing and like putting stuff in my overnight bag. And then I have to get Osiris' stuff packed into a little tote bag for the day. And yeah, then we're gonna head out. I think we're gonna stop and get some food first. And then I know Chris wants to pick up coffee because it's a pretty far drive and we're gonna try and drive it in like one go. We're gonna try and drive all the way to Michigan tonight so we can just kind of sleep in and relax tomorrow before the game. But we're gonna grab coffee and probably grab something to eat really quick, and then we have to go pick up his teammate that we're taking with us. And yeah, we're gonna head out. I have been debating on what I'm going to bring for the car ride, and I think I'm gonna bring my laptop to just do a little bit of editing, but also bring like my Kindle and maybe start a new book or something. I just have to put everything in my little backpack. It's literally the shortest trip ever, so I don't really need much. And then unfortunately yesterday I ended up filming my April TBR video and it turned out to be a bust. I don't know what it is, but if something is like slightly off in a video for me, I will literally scratch the whole thing. When I was filming, I didn't notice right away, but something was like, the coloring was off on my camera and I don't know what it was, but it literally looked horrible for like the first half of the video, and then for some reason it like evened out. It just like was something I couldn't even fix color wise, so I just decided to scratch the whole thing. And then I'm thinking when I get back Sunday, I'll probably like refilm it because I really want to put my TBR out there because it's like a super big, ambitious one, and I know it'd be like really fun to show you guys what I have on my radar for the month of April. So that is something I'm going to have to figure out when we get back. Bringing the Kindle, it's essential. I was gonna bring my Switch to like play games or something, but I know me and I know I'm going to want to read the whole way and not play a game. I have my AirPods for editing, listening to music, my little makeup bag and skincare, bringing this little crew neck to sleep in. And I think I'm also going to bring this hat just in case my hair doesn't like want to cooperate tomorrow, because I swear my hair has a mind of its own, guys. I'm not even kidding. Oh, and of course a phone charger, very important, can't forget that. Happy Saturday, everybody. We made it to Michigan. We actually got into Michigan last night around 2 a.m. and then we stopped, and then we had to drive like another 2 hours this morning to get to the rink. But now we are here. We stopped this morning, got coffee, got some food, and now we are here. We still have like a few hours before the actual game starts. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna head in to the rink and maybe find like a little spot where I can edit for a few hours. Also, we didn't really talk about this. I had no idea I was receiving these books as soon as I did. We were literally on our way out and I was like, oh, I'll check the mail real quick, and there were only 2 things in it, and it was these books. So that was a very nice little surprise. I actually pre-ordered a signed personalized edition from Elsie Silver, so this is really, really cool. And then of course Haming 7, I feel so incredibly lucky and honored to have been one of the people to receive an ARC for this book. I am like in shock when I saw the packaging. I was like, there's no way. Gibson and Claire, I'm here for it. I'm so excited. I am quickly trying to make my way through the Boys of Tom and series so I can pick this up and read it and start their story, but at the same time I'm trying to pace myself and like cherish every second because I'm like so obsessed with these books and these characters and the stories. If you're familiar with the Boys of Tom and series, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They also sent a little pack of tissues because they know everybody is crying while reading the Boys of Thomas. So the hockey game starts at 5. Probably gonna go until like 7:38ish, I'm assuming, and then we're gonna try and drive the full way home. Probably one of my least favorite trips we've ever had to take. I'm excited because in like 2 weeks I think we're actually gonna be in Boston, and Chris and I are thinking of going up like a little early and maybe going to a Red Sox game, stuff like that. But this trip has been a long one, so we're gonna try and drive the full way home today. I'm gonna head in to the rink, do some editing, and yeah, hopefully get a lot of work done so I don't feel like as stressed and overwhelmed tomorrow.